You're working harder than ever, and your belly fat still won't move, because your body's stress response is hijacking fat burning signals. Sound familiar? All that sweat, all that time, and your belly fat actually gets stronger in response. Your body after 30, 40, 50 doesn't respond to stress like it did at 22. Recovery is slower, sleep isn't perfect, and your stress baseline is already higher before you even step on a treadmill. That stubborn belly isn't just sitting there, it's listening. Listening to cortisol. Listening to insulin. Listening to the master fat storage switch called AMPK, the switch that decides whether fat is burned or stored. For many people training in a stress state, more intensity simply raises that switch. The tragedy isn't lack of effort. It's a misdirected effort. But here's the difference: the most powerful way to target visceral belly fat isn't more punishment. It's walking done in a way that manipulates hormones instead of triggering alarms. And the difference between failing and succeeding comes down to just a few walking tweaks, 5 specific walking hacks that most people completely ignore. Once you understand these, your body finally starts listening, and the belly fat starts letting go. You've been doing everything right, eating carefully, walking, maybe even jogging, and yet that belly fat just won't budge. If this sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not failing. Your biology is just working against outdated tactics. Hours of cardio, strict dieting, and still, nothing changes. After 30, 40, even 50, your metabolism slows down, and your insulin sensitivity begins to falter. That soft layer around your midsection? It's visceral fat, the type that wraps around your organs, silently guarding them like a built-in survival alarm. Every time you push too hard, skip proper recovery, or train when stress is high, your cortisol spikes. Cortisol is a master stress hormone that tells your body, hold on to fat. We might need it for emergencies. Insulin often spikes too, especially after meals, and together with cortisol, it tells your body to store instead of release. Even hours of exercise can barely touch it, because your body is defending its reserves, not burning them. But here's the secret most people don't know: there's a switch inside your cells, a hormonal command center that decides whether fat is burned or hoarded. Walk the wrong way, and you reinforce storage. Walk the right way, and you flip the switch. Over the next few minutes, you're going to discover exactly how to trigger that switch in ways most people completely ignore, so that stubborn belly finally starts letting go, without punishing your joints or your sanity. By the end, you'll know how to give your body the signals it actually wants, and finally see the results you've been chasing. Hack number 1 is called the post-meal glucose drain, and it's simpler than most people think, but it works with your biology, not against it. Ever eat a meal and feel like all your effort is wasted? This is why. After you eat, your blood sugar spikes. Normally, insulin acts like a key, unlocking your muscle cells so sugar can be used for energy. But as we age, many people develop some degree of insulin resistance, the key stops turning, and sugar stays in your blood, ready to be stored as fat. And that's exactly why your belly refuses to shrink. Here's the hack: walk for 10 to 15 minutes immediately after your largest meal. That movement activates a side door in your muscle cells called GLUT4, letting sugar in without relying on insulin. Your legs act like a sponge, pulling glucose from the bloodstream before it ever reaches your liver to become fat. Walk now. Activate the side door. Pull glucose straight into your muscles. The result? Less insulin spike, less storage, and more energy available for your body to actually use. And here's a secret most people don't know: timing is everything. Walk too late, and the effect diminishes. Walk now, and you're literally reprogramming your body's fat storage signals. Imagine eating a meal and instantly earning it back, without harsh exercise or endless hours of cardio. That's the difference between signaling your body to burn fat versus telling it to hold on tight. Over time, stacking this simple post-meal walk consistently can retrain your muscles, stabilize insulin, and start peeling away the stubborn belly fat that's been clinging for years. And this is just the first hack; the next ones multiply the effect even more. Ever feel like your walks aren't doing anything? You're probably doing this wrong. Hack number 2 is called the Nasal FatMax Rule, and it's one of the simplest, yet most powerful ways to torch belly fat. Most people walk too fast, turning it into cardio, or too slow, barely moving the needle. Breathe exclusively through your nose while walking. That's it. Keep your heart calm. Let fat burning kick in. Here's why it works. Nose breathing keeps you in the perfect fat burning zone, where oxygen flows abundantly and your body taps into stored fat instead of sugar. Mouth breathing? It triggers an emergency signal, lactic acid rises, cortisol surges, and belly fat digs in deeper. Nose breathing also triggers the Bohr effect, helping oxygen reach your mitochondria efficiently, while nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels and signals your nervous system, all is safe. You're literally signaling your body to burn fat, not hoard it, and over time, the simple habit stacks, lowering stress and amplifying fat burning signals. And this is just the start. When combined with the next tweaks, your body goes into full fat burning mode. If you've been walking every day but your belly fat isn't budging, this is why. Hack number 3 is the light load / Rucking metabolic upgrade, and it transforms a simple stroll into a full body fat burning session. Most people walk the same way every day, and their bodies adapt, burning fewer calories, storing more fat, leaving that belly stubborn. Here's the fix. Pick up a backpack. Add 5 to 10 pounds. Walk. Engage your core. Activate your glutes and strength muscles. That light load triggers your bones to release osteocalcin, a hormone that talks directly to your pancreas and fat cells, improving insulin sensitivity and telling your body to burn fat efficiently. You don't need a gym. You don't need running. You're safe on your joints. And your body finally starts tapping into the stubborn belly fat it's been holding onto. Stack this with the previous hacks, and your metabolism gets a serious boost. And we're just getting started. The next hack hits your nervous system in a way that unlocks fat your body has been stubbornly holding. Hack number 4 is the optic flow and stress reset, and it targets the hidden reason your belly fat clings, cortisol, the stress hormone. Most people walk staring at their phone or treadmill screen, and while they move their legs, their brain thinks they're in danger. Tunnel vision triggers the sympathetic nervous system, spikes cortisol, and tells your body, store fat, not burn it. The fix is simple. Look up. Scan the horizon. See objects move past you. Signal your brain. Signal your hormones. Signal your fat cells. This optic flow pattern tells your body it's safe. Cortisol drops, your nervous system relaxes, and fat finally starts letting go. Stack this with your post-meal walks, nasal breathing, and light load, and you amplify every fat-burning signal you've built so far. And hack number 5? It takes advantage of your body's natural fasting window. Once you do it, the results finally snowball. If your belly fat is still hanging on despite dieting, walking, or cardio, this is exactly why. Hack number 5 is the fasted morning activation, and it takes advantage of the natural window your body is primed to burn fat. Walk before breakfast. Let your muscles pull fat. Let your liver mobilize energy. Step into high gear. Overnight, insulin is at its lowest, glycogen stores are partially depleted, and your body is ready to tap into stubborn fat. Morning sunlight hitting your eyes synchronizes your circadian rhythm, lowers cortisol, improves sleep, and sets up your metabolism for maximum efficiency. Combine this with your post-meal walks, nasal breathing, light load, and optic flow, and you're stacking signals your body can't ignore. The result? That stubborn belly starts softening, energy returns, and your metabolism begins working for you instead of against you. Do this consistently, stack it with the other hacks, and your body finally rewards every effort you've made. You've seen it, most people punish themselves with endless cardio, sweat through the gym, and still watch their belly fat cling stubbornly. If your belly fat is still stubborn, it's not your fault, you've just been sending the wrong signals. The truth is your body is listening to cortisol, insulin, and the hormonal switches that decide whether fat burns or stores. That's why these 5 simple walking hacks finally work. Post-meal glucose drain pulls sugar straight into your muscles instead of fat cells. Nasal FatMax breathing keeps your heart calm and fat burning on. Light load rucking activates strength muscles and metabolic hormones. Optic flow and stress reset signals your nervous system that it's safe to release fat. Fasted morning activation primes your body to burn stubborn belly fat first thing in the day. Each hack alone works. Together, they signal your body to finally release stubborn fat. Stack these consistently. Energy returns. Belly softens. Metabolism kicks in. Tonight, don't chase calories. Send the right signals. Let your biology do the work and watch your body finally respond.